Pin, no at the back. Get a pin. Get a pin in. Get a clip in. Next bay. Top,
come in straight, yeah?
Next top panel, boys. Dress round it.
Right, centre of bridge. Centre of bridge. Get ready with the sway bracing.
Yes.
Get ready with
Everybody recognises the army as infantry, which is fighting soldiers who go towards the enemy.
How much we got left? Lads, get another nose on it.
In order for them to do that, they need people to clear minefields, build bridges to allow them access.
Lads, it gets heavier the further it goes on, okay?
In order for us to build bridges and clear minefields, we need people who are going to bring our stores up, so logistical experts. We need medical services, we need cooks, we need drivers. It's a great big team that when it all comes together is really effective.
3 Bravo, confirm you want the handover takeover moved back to 0400.
So we're currently on task tonight with 2 Troop 5-1 Parachute Squadron constructing a medium girder bridge. We are a parachute engineer squadron, so we live by what we can lift ourselves. This is an annual exercise. The commanding officer and our regimental headquarters give us a load of scenarios in quite a compressed amount of time.
Lift up.
It's the one time we really get to put the whole regiment in the field and test it in fairly stressful circumstances. The stresses tonight, well, for a start, it's 02:30 in the morning, so that's brought its own challenges. We're in sort of mid to late November, so we've had some interesting weather over the last few days. The guys have already been out in the field for sort of 10 days to 2 weeks, yeah, so a multiple of challenges.
The lads are just getting the end of the bridge together now, just stripping it off the pallet, just preparing it ready for the final phase of putting it together before ramping and decking, and then that's the bridge complete.
What we've got here is a map of a ground in general. The orange represents the main road running north to south. The blue is the River Beryl. So we talk through the ground in general and then zoom them in to the actual objective itself. Their mission is to set up a reserve demolition on objective Bronze to prevent an enemy counterattack. So what we do is put a load of demolitions on the bridge, and rather than blowing it straight away, we have a firing point 300 metres off to one side, and then we wait for orders from higher before we blow the bridge. And it tends to be held at quite a senior level because bridges are such an important part in terms of moving across the battlefield. You'll have a section responsible for putting the ring mains in place, and then teams on the left and right of bridge responsible for putting the explosives on. And then that's just the detail in terms of actually some of the sections, specific sections in terms of how they put the blocks of explosives on. You always want more time to plan, but timings at our level, that's not often within our gift, so due to the enemy threat, there'll be a hard timing when that demolition's got to be in place.
Me and my guys have been tasked with a mission to put in a combined arms obstacle iteration plan.
The wider context of this is it's a brigade defensive position combining the ground and weapon assets to have a certain effect on the enemy.
Make them do what we want them to do to win the battle. We got here at 0700 hours this morning, did a security check of the area, ensured our cordon was in place, and then I got the operators to task. They've currently conducted 150 metres of anti-tank ditching.
The enemy is within this area. They should be vigilant enough to expect an imminent attack. There he goes. There he's off on it now.
When there's real rounds going down, it's short, sharp bounds, and it's keeping low and it's keeping in cover. And an extraction in real time could take hours.
We should be able to train as soldiers first and foremost and have our technical skills running in the background.
You know, just to get down into that dead ground when you're trying to drag a casualty and you're waiting on a HLS and you're just keeping low and the rounds are flying, it's a really, really long process.
They've got to be soldiers first. They've got to be able to do the skills and the basic soldiering skills, and everything else on top of that is just another string to their bow. So yeah, it's good.